All right, and let's go get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be checking out Once Human. And just like what we did with the first Ascendant video that I put out a little bit over a week ago, I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is to say I have about 40 hours into Once Human, and I'm sure there are a lot of reviews out there that are covering the ins and outs of the game, but what I want to more or less showcase is what it's like to be a solo player in the world of Once Human. Is it doable? What is the monetization like? What does the moment-to-moment feel like in the game? Is it even good? Or is this one of those other free-to-play titles that is not worth your time? And I am here to say, after about 40 hours of gameplay, that this is probably a world I'm going to be sinking a lot of more hours into. I usually see this as being one of the games that I'm going to keep coming back to, just because of the way the content rolls out, and just because, in all genuine honesty, I really like what the developers of this game have done. So, what is Once Human? It is a open world survival crafting game. I think the best comparison I can think of, maybe not the best comparison for everybody, but I'm thinking something a little bit like if Fallout 76 met SCP. And if you don't know what SCP is, Standard Containment Protocol, might be, I may have butchered that name. It could have been something else. I think it's either a standard containment protocol or procedure, one of those. But basically, it's horror monsters in deep containment, and basically there's a whole bunch of rule set on being taken care of them, whatnot, and staying out of the public eye, that sort of thing. Cryptids, kind of. That being said, what we're gonna do first here is I'm gonna show you off a little bit what this game is like. I'm gonna show you my base. I'm going to show you about what the quest design is like so you can kind of see what it is that you do on a moment-to-moment basis. I'm going to show you a little bit of the story content, and then I'm also going to show you maybe a dungeon here in the game as well. So first off, here's my base. I've spent quite a bit of time on it. It's made out of stone. I'll actually give you an outside view of it because right now, one of the things about it is most base games require you to have a base and then you just go there to craft stuff. But in this one, there's actually a little bit of a tower defense thing, and it's actually not bad. And it's only there if you want. So you don't have to participate in it, but you really should, and I'll explain why. So right now, as you can see, my house is basically up on stilts, and that is for a reason. I also have a second building over here. It's got turrets. So essentially, this building over here is what I defend for my tower defense. So essentially, there's a machine in there where we drop in these specialized cubes, and you have to purify them. And whenever you purify them, it calls in a whole bunch of bad guys. And essentially, I made a path for them to run along. They don't actually follow that path. But more or less, I put it out in water, so it's harder for enemies to get there, and my turrets gun them down. I also put this house on stilts, hoping that the enemies would actually want to pass through underneath my house rather than trying to attack my base. Doesn't seem like that has been working out too well for me, because I actually have enemies who are massive, like trudging through the water here, trying to make it to my base. So I'm thinking about swapping the positions of these, and or just starting all over with my house, trying to come up with something new. But overall, I have been able to do this on a solo front. It actually suggests that you do the lower level ones with 2 to 4 players, but I've been doing it solo, so make that of it what you will. You have your standard cooking stations, you have your standard workbench, your gear tables, your furnaces, your disassembly stations, your synthesis, which essentially allows you to like craft explosives and stuff like that. All sorts of foods and stuff in a compost bin. Essentially, I'm going to start a farming thing starting soon. But the foods you can create right here basically give you different bonuses for your character. I have a refrigerator so I can make sure things don't go bad, because things do in fact go bad. And a bevy of storage chests, which I definitely don't have enough of. Now, weapon-wise, I have to upgrade my gear, because my gear is still of a lower level. Most of it's tier 3. I'm currently in a tier 4 world right now. And I have what I consider to be a pretty good assortment of weapons. Both of my weapons are, in fact, tier 4. My axe needs to be upgraded a little bit, but that's a little bit of what my character looks like. I have completed the battle pass. I did buy the premium, which was $15, or yeah, I believe it might have been $20. But the premium basically gave you 15 extra levels towards the battle pass, as well as 4 unique items for buying the premium. That being said, I cannot stress enough in advance that you don't need to buy the premium. After experiencing it, the battle pass only has 60 levels, and even if I hadn't bought those 15 levels, there would be so much time to clear out this battle pass. I achieved this with little to no fanfare as far as like putting in a whole bunch of time into the game or whatever. Like, I mean, we're only into week 2 of 6 weeks and I already have this maxed out. Probably my favorite thing is the fact that the free track and the advanced track all have rewards at every single level. So it doesn't matter what level you're playing the game at. You're still going to get a sense of reward every single level, which is probably one of the best versions of a battle pass I've ever seen, period. I also say the shop, while a little expensive for my taste, is also probably one of the best iterations of a shop that I've ever seen. So for instance, this Dino Strike set, I actually really kind of want this one. I'm actually kind of considering if I should buy this in the future. But as you can see right here, it costs 1,080, whatever these credits are called. What is this called? Christogen. If I click up here, it's literally going to sell me just enough Christogen to buy that outfit. Like, I don't have to buy like a size up in order to get the thing that's cheaper. So they're not going to make me spend $30 to buy a set that's around $15. That being said, I still think that the microtransactions are a little expensive, especially like the Shadow Panther set here. I believe this is a $30 set. Is that right? $22.80? But even then, I do applaud the fact that it is exactly 2,280, and it's not some weird number. So I do really got to applaud them with the monetization. That, and it seems to be purely cosmetic. There's literally no pay-to-win options in here. There's no like pay for efficiency or anything like that. It's pretty great. So that's a little bit of a tour of my base. I want to make sure that I have the food and stuff that I need ready before we go on. And then we'll showcase it, kind of, like what we're going to go do next. So basically, to start off on our next step, what we're going to basically do is I'm going to show you the rundown of what happens. So essentially, in every area, your main goal is to eventually tackle something called monoliths. The next one we're going to probably tackle, this one, is called the Gaia Cliff Monolith. This was an area that opened up this week. This is Chalk Peak. This is our third major region, the first one being Broken Delta, the second one being Iron River, and then the two that got unlocked this week were Chalk Peak and Red Sands. I believe Blackheart region was also unlocked, but I have yet to uncover any of that map, so I don't know too much about it. But in order to basically gain access to the monolith, we first have to accomplish our storyline questline, which is up here in the top left in the tall grass, which is we have to activate 5 rift anchors around Chalk Peak. So if I zoom in around Chalk Peak, which I am right now, and look at towns around here, you'll notice that we have this little backwards C symbol right here. I don't know the best way to say what that is, but this little icon right here means there's a rift anchor here. It's not activated. If it was activated, it'd be highlighted green. So what we want to do is we want to drive around Chalk Peak until we get to one of these areas that has a rift anchor, and we do have several locations where we can go. As you can see, I've cleared out a couple already. And we need to go activate this rift anchor as well as complete the objectives in that zone. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to race over here to the rift anchor Green Lake region. And yeah, as soon as I get over there, I will be back with you. So it's also important to note that throughout this game, you actually get a motorcycle when you start out the game. Probably about an hour into it, you're already finding that you have a way to traverse around. If you want to, you can also look to fast travel. Dotted around the map are these little towers right here that you have to activate. And they're simply run up to it and click it, and they activate a teleportation system. So now I can go up to one of these things. As long as you're within range of it, you can actually teleport to any other active tower and or a hub town for a small fee, depending on how far away the thing is. You'll notice that I am driving a car, obviously not a motorcycle, the one you get at the beginning of the game. But that is because of the fact that I crafted this, and it doesn't require like any sort of in-game purchases. It's not high to obtain. It's just that as you go in the game, you're going to get more and more different types of variety of resources. Every new area gives you new resources that you'll scavenge, and you can then turn those parts into essentially resources to build up to the next thing. So while I chose to build a car right here, you can actually build basically a Humvee for up to 4 of your friends if you would like. Basically motorcycles for single people, The car is for 2 people, but I just like driving around in the car. Honestly, I might go back to the motorcycle though, just because of how narrow it is, and sometimes there are obstacles in the middle of the road that could make getting around in a car a little bit harder. And as you can tell, it is nighttime right now, so it might be a little bit hard to see, but there is basically a dynamic day-night system, and there are certain things that do in fact play off of that. So I'm going to skip forward a little bit further when we get closer to destination, but this is a little bit of the open world driving gameplay as well. You do have to worry about your fuel management as well, but gas is pretty easy to come by. But speaking of gas, it also looks like I am getting ready to run out myself, so let's hope to God I can actually make it to my destination before I run out of gas, because I think I may have left all of my gas back in storage. And also, I found a public event here. I don't know if I'm going to succeed or not. If I succeed, obviously this will be in the video. If I don't, which I failed 1 or 2 of them before, I'm just going to skip right past this. But basically, those giant orbs in the sky essentially mean there's going to be some sort of weapon in the ground right here. A whole bunch of fog's going to show up. And this is going to tell us that we need to kill X, Y, Z amount of enemies. Sometimes one big monster, sometimes several smaller monsters. We'll get our update there in the top left under reach the center of the mist zone. So we're just waiting for it to start. So it looks like we're just going to be killing a certain amount of monsters. Which, these are usually easy. It's usually like some floating jellyfish enemies. It's hard to see what they are. We can see their health bars. Ah, it is jellyfish. And as you can see, all I'm really going to be doing here is killing these enemies. As soon as we kill these, we'll get our next set of monsters to kill. We just have to look around, and we'll see them in the distance show up. They don't always show up from the same destination, same direction. We're just gonna thin out the herd here, and I like to do like a passing sweep because these enemies tend to do like a charge shot, and as long as you hit them, you can disrupt their attack. Alright, and now we got 45 more left, and I have 425 more bullets, so we gotta be kind of generous about our bullet consumption here. Oh, we can actually see them lit up for the bullets. I am taking some small amount of damage here. I want to try to tear through these as fast as I can. And I'm about to run out of ammo, actually. Which means, of course, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. And luckily for us, there's only 2 more left, and we don't have to kill all of them. And there we go. And like that, the enemies are done for. And now we get the chest right here. And, well, we got fuel. It isn't, like, the best fuel. It's actually, we got the portable fuel, which can actually be broken down into, or basically built up into, like, the premium fuel. But it is what it is. But the cool thing is that regardless of what type of fuel it is, we can, in fact, still put this in our gas engine. Or in our engine. Wow. In our tank. I don't know why words were hard there. Sometimes words are hard. And the best thing about that fuel is the fact that even though it's portable fuel mixture, it's not the best quality, I can still put it into my tank. So we're going to do that. And I'll just come over here and I'll... How much can I put this? You know what? I'm just going to slap the whole thing in there because I don't want to look like a fool and run out of gas. And I can get pretty much more of that if I want to. And now we're back on the road. I'm going to turn my lights on, and we'll be back in a minute whenever we reach our destination. And as you can see, we are currently at our destination. That is where the rift anchor is located. We'll be able to tell as we get closer in where exactly the rift anchor is at. It shoots a purple light into the air. But on top of that, as we enter into this area, you'll also see that we get a whole bunch of tasks in our top left corner of our screen. So let me get into this town. And you can see right here, explore Green Hills. I guess a couple of things. Look for mystical crate, defeat an elite enemy, defeat 15 normal enemies, find 2 loot crates, and just activate the rift anchor. Sorry, I got sidetracked by the fact that I heard an enemy basically tag me. So basically, from here on, it's a fairly easy game as far as figuring out what to do next. I want to take care of that guy right there. And I already see our elite enemy walking over there. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and take that one out. And I'm also going to look down my sight right here. I have a very unique sniper rifle. If I actually hit my targets, that basically says the longer that I steer down my scope, I can basically increase the damage that I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and take out this guy, wondering. And then I'm going to pick up this lantern. I'm going to use this to defeat that elite right there, which I don't know what this enemy does. But essentially this lamp that got off this enemy will essentially allow me to petrify this enemy in place. And it looks like, holy crap, this thing has a massive bit of health here. And I'm in trouble. I need to run. I need to run. And I only say that because usually these guys hit really hard. And it seems like this enemy isn't too... What is going on here? This, she seems almost afraid of me. I've never encountered an elite enemy that's afraid of me. Usually they'll, try to fight me at some level. I am aiming down sights here to try to get as many shots as we can off on this thing. What is the deal here? Will this attack if I get closer? Oh, we're absolutely shooting it with our sniper, our rifle. So I think I'm just gonna do this then. Does this thing hurt you at all? I'm gonna stand next to it. I might get down here, but I'm curious to know. Okay, so it does something. I'm gonna hide back here. It does like a pulse. Oh, it summons enemies. So that's its thing. Oh, and then also does that, whatever that is. So it needed to be more or less approach at a... Oh god, what is this? Alright, well we killed it already. It looks like it was a good news thing for us for trying to kill it where we were, because it really obscured our vision here. And I'm hoping us killing this thing from a distance killed the other guy. It looks like they are slowly clearing up. Looks like we got ourselves some armor. We also got ourselves a gear crate here. Most of the weapons or most of the enemies you come into contact with aren't like that one, in the sense that they're a little bit more focused on killing you, where this one seemed to be begging for its life the entire time I was walking up to it. So that being said, it looks like we already knocked off one of the things, which is defeat the elite enemy. We have 1 of 2 of the gear chests. I'm going to go ahead and activate the rift anchor, and then I'm going to look around for the mystical crate. And when I find that, I'll more or less show where that's at. But I'm not going to showcase me clearing out the entire area, because that can get kind of boring, and I'm just trying to showcase what the moment looks like. So give me a moment, and we'll move on to the next thing. Also, FYI, some people might want to know what that beeping sound is, if you can hear it, and there's also a number 92 on my backpack. That's basically telling us that where we currently are at is that there is a high level of pollution. You'll look down at my HP bar and notice that part of it's kind of murky there on the end, and that basically is your sanity. Sanity is affected by the pollution, and it basically reduces your max overall health. You can reduce this by building better gear that has more pollution resistance, which all gear has pollution resistance. Just the higher the tier of gear you have, the higher the pollution resistance that comes on it. I'm wearing tier 3, so whenever I get up to making my tier 4, I'll have even higher resistance, and I can fight off the pollution a little bit longer. Alright, we found our last gear chest. right here, or a weapon armor crate right here. And then we can just hop up that ladder. This is probably one of the easier ones to see. The mystical crate was just like literally sitting out in the open. Usually these are kind of hard to find, or at least in a really harder out of reach place that makes you kind of head scratch and running out around an area for a while. But I'm all for having an easy chest every once in a while. Let's see what we get out of this bad boy. Looks like we got the heavy-duty clothing set fragment, and we've completed Green Lake Hill, and that makes the last what is it? Rift Anchor. Wow, I don't know why I choke up on that sometimes, but I have definitely messed up that name every once in a while. So now that we've done the Rift Anchor, we can now go ahead and head on towards the monolith, which also has its own Rift Anchor. So we're going to head over there. I'm going to fast forward until we get to the zone, showcase it a little bit, show you what it looks like, and then, yeah, we'll get to the boss. I gotta be honest, I just got to the Monolith website, the Monolith site. I gotta be honest, this is probably one of the coolest looking ones I've ever seen. It's like in a quarry of some sort. I'm kind of digging this. I gotta find some enemies to kill and then make our way down there to the teleporter, as well as the Rift Anchor, which I can see is over there. So let's make our way in and clear our way there. Alright, so we finally made it inside the monolith and made it to the bottom of that quarry. I skipped over the entrance of the monolith, mostly because there was something unusual that's never happened, which basically there was like a semi-quasi-boss fight where you didn't really fight anybody, it's more of a puzzle, and in doing so I ended up getting a reward in the form of a deviation, which is basically a little creature that will help you. This is called the Strange Door, produces special material, it can create its own replicas. Its owner can teleport between different strange doors. It's kind of unusual, so you basically have a teleportation system in this one. Apparently, I guess they call it polar jelly at some point in time. I never even realized that I had this. I don't know where I got this from. Cool. But that being said, we are now finally at the monolith. I also found my gear crate there, so we were able to basically complete the area and get all the XP for completing it. And now we're going to queue up for the Rift Entity, which is the boss of this zone. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up. Usually you can do these solo. I generally try to do these, even though this is a solo video, I like to queue up for these fights because I feel like basically getting into these fights is definitely something that's more fun in groups. The cool thing is you can drop in, drop out whenever you want. So if you want to fight this solo, you can definitely try doing that. And if you don't want to see this fight, you can go ahead and skip over this section. And we're going to do a little bit of something extra at the end of this episode and show you basically more of like an actual dungeon, because there are dungeons in this game. There are not a lot of them, but they are fun to do. So I'm going to queue up for this one, and then I will fast forward to whenever we find the group, and then I'll showcase the fight. Let's do that. And it looks like we are just going to queue up as a duo, so I'm not upset about that at all. We'll definitely see if we have what it takes. Ooh, what an interesting room to start in, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my, whatchamacallit, pollution, essentially. I'm going to heal up. Looks like our dude here is 37. What level am I? I'm also 37. So this is a level 40 thing. We might struggle a bit. We will see. I like the way this looks, though. I don't know if you know this, but that lady did. It kind of reminds me of the Gaping Dragon from Dark Souls. I mean, not anymore. But that intro for sure. Alright, so he's got a skull mouth inside of his mouth. And he doesn't look to like the cut of our jib. So I say we take him down, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, what happened? Okay, I guess we gotta go for that door. I don't know what that door is for, actually. He sure has got a lot of health. Alright, so what did that do? Nope. I'm gonna pull out the sniper, see if we can get a good snipe shot on him. Alright, he don't like us. Oh shit. Alright, somehow we were able to not get hit by that. Those are both down. He's coming right at us. He had some pustules on his leg there we can destroy. Where's he jumping at? Okay, so he's jumping up there. It looks like our friend knew exactly what to do, so my apologies for not acting on that. Alright, he's coming at us. Attack the mouth on the hound's shoulders to remove a shell. Oh shit, we gotta get up. Alright, let's destroy those. We can also destroy those dark turrets. Those I got rid of. There he goes down. So far, not too bad, but all right. They're seeming to be doing a decent amount of damage to him. Oh shit! I don't know how we're supposed to avoid that, but. No, we're down. So he's got. We can get ourselves up if we need to. But I'm gonna wait to see what our friend does here. If he can solo it, I'm fine. But you know what? I'm gonna work my way up. Just keep running, my dude. Oh, he's going for someone. Me. But I think we have him down. That is a victory for us. Fortunately, I went down myself. Now it looks like we have a chance to secure a canine skull deviation. Oh, that looks kind of sick. What kind of treasure are we looking at here? I think these controllers, by the way, just give you the max rewards, the best possible. Looks like we unlocked a shotgun, potentially. An auto shotty, really. Yeah. I don't know if that was a blueprint or a, an actual, just like the shotgun itself. I did 295,000 damage. Finisher over here, or Fuzzy Snipes over here, did 263,000 damage. That is a huge boost from what I was doing originally. So this new rifle I got has been amazing. I'm not going to give a thumbs up because that guy is awesome. Now we're going to escape out of here. Alright, and now that we've done that, we jump down here at the bottom of the little rift that we opened up, and we head to the back of the monolith. There are some rewards we can pick up down here, usually. Usually there's a box or something, a crate of ingredients we can pick up. Nothing fancy. A black armchair. Oh, so now it's something swanky to sit down inside of my base. And then we interact with this cage right here, and it allows us to speak with an NPC called Mitsuko. She's basically a story-relevant NPC, but more or less talking to her basically allows us to take on new abilities using the cradle, which is the thing that we have in our back that carries a deviation around. Alright, so I spoke with Mitsuko. I decided to skip over that, so that way, again, story spoilers, other than the boss fight, because, you know, if you want to see the fight, you can, but I basically skipped over that so you didn't get any lore or anything like that, basically, you know, taken away from you. With that, we do have ourselves a new cradle point. So every time we beat a boss, or every time we complete a major objective, we have these things on our, these passes we basically get. Basically, we get to unlock another one whenever we reach level 40, or in a seasonal phase 4, which is in another 2 weeks. I have not reached 40 yet, so I could say this point if I want, but you can unequip these and equip these at will whenever you like. So if I wanted to, I can go in here and basically get another effect for my guns. Currently, I have one for increased damage for our sniper rifle, as well as our auto rifles. There's also one to be said for maybe weapon damage 45 seconds. Weapon damage increased by 25% for 4 seconds of switching weapons or reloading. That could be good. We'll just equip that for now, but we can come over here and equip them later if we don't like them. Now that we've completed this, we can then turn in this quest. We basically go back to the hub city, which here is the Tall Grass Inn. But as a last little ditty, I am actually going to do one more thing, which is to showcase dungeon gameplay. I believe these are mostly soloable activities, but I'm pretty confident that you could do them in a group. But I feel like it's a fairly good thing to show off because these are very, very fun, and the ones that they've done so far have given me really huge control vibes, which I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love Remedy games. Remedy's has like this thing for just making bombastic, amazing games. I haven't completed Alan Wake 2 just yet, but I am more than halfway through the story. That game is fantastic. The Control, in my honest opinion, is probably one of the best games to come out in the last 10 years. So I'm going to go down here, and we're going to go after this one called the Securement Silo EX1. It's for level 35. We are level 37, maybe, yeah, almost level 38. We even have a quest over here, so we're going to tackle that one. Luckily, I have a teleportation tower over here that'll allow me to get just a bit closer, and we'll drive over there, and I will meet you guys there in just one moment. Alright, so we have reached the Securement Silo. We then go talk to this guy over here, I believe, I can't remember his name, T-Man. And he's going to give us our quest. Let's see what he has to say to us. I'm here for the new bounty task.
Ah, my favorite mayfly. I have quite the interesting bounty for you, if you're interested.
Who's our next client? Need of justice.
But of course, our client this time is a Mr. Gene Sheckley, whose husband, Robert Wolfe, was brutally murdered by a deviant while out foraging. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, There's something special about our client, Mr. Sheckley.
Does he want me to capture the deviant and execute it before him?
No, nothing like that. It's simply that, while it's only been less than a week, our friend Jean still hasn't paid for the bounty. But don't you trouble yourself with that. After all, collecting fees is my job. Even if Mr. Sheckley hasn't paid yet, I'll pay you the bounty as soon as the target is disposed of.
All right. Sennacherib. The client, Gene Sheckley, has accused the aforementioned deviant of kidnap, torture, and murder.
Feel free to chat with our friend Jean if you like.
Customer satisfaction comes first after.
Looks like we have a lot of stuff to do here.
Mr. Sheckley lives in Tallgrass, where he has his own distillery, I believe.
Well, let's get in here and do it. I really hope that we get this as a cosmetic outfit. I would love to have a TV set as a head. Alright, so from here, it looks like we get ourselves a mask mod. Some Stardust Source, Energy Link, which is the currency we use to pay for our blueprints, and as well as our upgrade stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do the normal version. Looks like you can queue up for other people, or, you know, team up with other people to do this, but I have done these solos so far. The cool thing about these is they're dungeons that have a boss at the end of them, but there's generally, like, an optional secondary objective as well, and I really enjoy that. Before we get into this, I am going to drink something to get my sanity back up. I don't want to keep on chugging on my sanity gummies. They are good, but they don't really give that big of a benefit. Other than just wasting stuff. I want to try something else that I haven't tried before. So let's see if I have anything else that reduces stamina. We got the croquette formula. Stamina. I have a friend. We make fun of him constantly for saying stamina instead of stamina. And here I am fucking it up myself. So now that we've done that, we can also get our food here. Make sure we're topped off there. And I'm going to go ahead and use a health item. Enemies here are only level 35, but on the off chance that they start kicking my butt, I want to be ready for it. But more or less, we're going to be fighting like normal enemies in here. Sometimes it might be the supernatural kind. You also find a whole bunch of items in here. But right off the bat, this game super reminds me, or these dungeons usually generally remind me of Control. Wholeheartedly. So we got a guy over there. Let's see if we can sneak up on him. I'm going to turn on my light. He's got his back turned to us. And it looks like these are the supernatural foes. They've been taken over by something. The cool thing about sneak attacks is, generally speaking, they are one-hit kills. Looks like we have some enemies in here to take care of. I want to get the ire of that flashlight guy over there, but it looks like he already knows that we're here without us triggering the noise that says he knows he's here. But we're going to do that. I love this axe. Melee combat in this game feels so chunky. It's a little janky for sure, but don't get it twisted. It feels so good when you embed like an axe in someone's neck in this game. Not in real life. Not in real life. I'm not a mass murderer. I'm not a killer. I'm not a violent person. I'm kind of pacifistic in real life. Pacifistic asshole, but yeah. Looks like we need to call this elevator. Oh, it's already here. We just need to get it to start and go down. Make sure my gun is reloaded. Also, I got this skin right here for the sniper rifle when completing an event. So just to point this out, if you're wondering where I got the skin from, if you click on the Manibus Novice and go to, the Stardust Advent, and then you click on your events, and then, it's not this, it's, where did I get it? Stardust Tasks, nope. Oh god, I'm messing this up. I don't even remember where I got this from. Regular event. Global event. It's not showing anymore. There used to be, oh wait a minute. It was under this. Seasonal. I can't remember where it was located at anymore, and that kind of bothers me a bit. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. I don't want to keep on trying to figure out where it is and keep messing it up as I click through everything, a single tab, trying to look for it yet again. I want to say that it was like on a tab here, and now it seems like it's gone. But essentially, there were like 3 different branches, and if you completed all branches of activities, you basically got a skin for your gun. I did it also, of course, max out the battle pass. I am currently a level 74 on the battle pass, which every couple of battle pass level up now, you get a Stardust Advent Mix gift pack, which gives you like an extra item. It could be something as simple as like 20 gunpowder or something like that. Still pretty cool though. Let's go ahead and open the door and continue on our journey. I like sneaking around these things just because I like the backstabs. We're going to try to see if we can find the secondary objective. The secondary objective usually requires you finding a extra keycard and also shooting someone point blank in the face with the sniper rifle. That is absolutely 100% necessary for you to find the hidden area. It's not. It just made me feel good. Alright, so we got a room full of baddies here, it looks like. Can we sneak around? That's a closed door. Really? Oh. Let's go and do like a ground slam. The ground slam is so strong. Oh. Wait, can I not get in here? Oh, so that door is 100% blocked. And it looks like we have kind of like the waves of enemies need to be taken care of here. Oh man, my rifle just destroyed that guy. And these doors are opening one at a time, so this seems like an event that we have to do. It looks like maybe... Oh. Hello, my dude. You know, I haven't showed you the samurai I have on my back. He will take care of this, maybe. Where's he? I mean, I assume he's going to take you out. Is he going to do his thing? Hey, man. You're really kind of making me look bad right now in front of the wizards. I guess now is not a good time to get my samurai to do stuff. Usually he destroys enemies on his own. Like, I have literally let him solo swaths of enemies during boss encounters. Also, we got a level 3 keycard. So as of right now, it looks like we can go inside and activate the cube, even follow that pathway over there. But anytime you get a level 3 keycard, it usually means there's an alternate path. And it looks like that's what this door is, and this probably means that this is the secret secondary objective where we stand behind this keycard scanner and go in. This is probably going to lead us to another encounter, possibly another hidden deviation here, so maybe we get lucky with that. Or there could be nothing in here at all in this weapon crate. Although, got a lot of good stuff here. Alright, we can use this key card to get into the next area as well. Pull out my sniper rifle here. Make sure we have all the bullets in there. You hear something slurming about down below. Oh, it's these things. Can I step on these? I can step on them. I can't. I don't think they hurt us if we step on them. Doesn't look like it. Sneak up on this guy. down to the bottom of this stairwell. That looks like we have a new hallway, and we're kind of like in a prison-y looking area, honestly. I find it funny that I shot him in the head and he lost an arm. Oh, we're doing the same thing over again. Part of me wants to take out my axe and do that. Ow. Is that everybody? Oh, it's a good source of acid too, and I really need more acid. Oh, can we just firebomb this? I do like the idea of firebombing stuff. That guy in the distance is a jerk. Take out that guy in the end of the room. This gun is stupid strong. Not even leveled up all the way. Checking all these cells to make sure there's nothing inside of here. Oh, we found a hole in the door in one of the cells. Where's this lead us? It leads us into a collapsed tunnel that's got some supplies in it. Definitely worth coming in and checking these out. Looks like someone maybe got buried in one of these things. And I had to sneeze, so I apologize for that. It also looks like we have a hefty amount of pollutants on us. I'm gonna need a sanity gummy. Get rid of that pollutant, and then also heal ourselves because we're at half health. Also, we're in dangerous need of repairing all of our gear. So we've been taking a hefty bit of damage in the last little bit here. Looks like we are looking to have to destroy another one of those things. We also have a whole bunch of enemies who are probably going to make their way towards us. Ooh, we have some light hit. I don't know what these guys are called. Spotlight head enemies. And I love this weapon right here. It's probably my favorite one of all the weapons. That's not going to hit that. That's sad. But essentially we can, number one, petrify enemies with these things. Number two, just brain pop them, which is pretty cool. Or we can just brain pop them with a gun. That's equally an option. Somehow we were just one bullet shy. That guy died because of it. That's fine. And it seems to be one more enemy in there, but we're not going to hit him from here because no walls seem to be bulletproof for some reason. Alright, got some more acid there. And a couple more dudes down here. Hey, we're level 38 from that. Nice. Check all our surrounding areas. And that's an unusual door. Oh, wow. Okay. Faux deer. Welcome to Overlook Town. Don't like this at all. The deviated traffic lights are warping physical space. Look for clues and find a way out. Okay, so if I don't move, are we good? Is this red light, green light? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Got it. So at least they give us some sort of heads up with it, though. I kind of dig it. So are we out of this? I'm gonna stand still just in case. I mean, everyone else is standing still. Can I get in here? We're about to be warped, aren't we? Oh, well, the good news is it didn't warp us very far. It warped us just to that checkpoint line we made. Will it see us up here? It won't. Yes, it will. Alright, so we cleared out all the enemies. I'm just looking to see if there are any sort of items sitting about, because we did have that one chest. I think we just cleared it. That elevator, though. Does that do anything? Okay, so it is actually officially out of order. Oh, there's a red light, green light monster. The Senna Cherub. I want to make sure we don't get hit by that. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool looking. Can we shoot this one over we want? Okay, so we can shoot it. Oh, we gotta break the lights on it. So that's what we're doing here. I'm gonna start looking down my scope here to charge it up. Oh, okay, so I thought it was gonna change back to green. It goes through phases, I see. So it should be green next. What? Oh, it has to be... Does it have to be directly in the light? Maybe that's what it is. Alright, I've almost allowed the lights down. And I am getting a crap ton of enemies shooting at me or hitting me. Looks like I might have one more light left. Gotta make sure I deal with all these guys first. Oh. Now we gotta stay out of sight really well for this stuff. And it looks like actually the monsters may actually have to apply to the rule as well. And there we go. And like that, we have the entire thing completed. Only things left is for me to check out the rest of the area and make sure we didn't miss anything. I don't want to pass up an opportunity to find something that I should have found the first time. Although, I do see the want to redo these over and over again because, from my understanding, the rewards are pretty good for follow-ups on these things. And it doesn't look like there's anything extra for me to do here. So we're going to go ahead and check out of the dungeon here. Once we checked it out, we could check in with T-Man right there at the beginning or the entrance of the thing. And we can get a reward from here and move on to Tallgrass, turn us an area, and move on to the next area. Let's see what we get as a reward, and that's how we'll end the episode. So here we are. There's T-Man. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
I knew I could count on you, Mayfly. Thank you for not making me wait long.
I have avenged your husband, Mr. Gene.
Yes. I can sense that. This feeling of relief.
There we go. Every bounty finished is an act of justice that makes the world just a little more pure. Isn't that so? And it means you've received another generous payment. Go ahead. Take it. By the way, did Mr. Gene Sheckley mention he left something for you? In his place in the northwest of town. I have to say, that's quite...
Oh. So he also left us an item in his base. Okay. That's definitely something worth checking out. We completed the mission. What items did we get? Because it said we got some stuff here. Looks like we got a couple of mods. Most of them are mod-related items. We also got the atomic lighter for beating the boss. Produces special materials that can be used to craft tactical items. Throw to cause a powerful explosion. So it's an atomic item. And the canine skull is a combat item. Transform to a black wolf and attack enemies. That's pretty cool. I've had a couple of cool deviations from this one. Alright, so I've finally made it back to town. I turned in our main quest here to Claire. That's a storyline quest. And now that's going to take us all the way into a new zone, which is over here in the Red Sands where we'll go next. I was wondering what T-Man was talking about a reward back at town. However, the only one I can find so far is that they're now sending me to another securement silo to do something for T-Man so that I can basically guess. This one actually gives it looks like a legendary blueprint for a hat, which has got me pretty excited about that. So I guess more or less I'm probably going to do that in my meantime. That being said, that was a look at the day-to-day and the moment-to-moment gameplay for Once Human. If you like the content and you want to see more videos like this here on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. My thoughts on this so far as a single-player game, or not a single-player game, as like an open-world shooter. I'm not going to say MMO, because there are people in there. You can interact with them, you can talk with them, you can join up and do that sort of thing. But I feel like I don't see a lot of people in this game, and most of the time I play by myself. Although you can opt to play with your friends, and that's definitely doubles the enjoyment, obviously, because I've had fun playing with some people from time to time. But I have to say, this is probably one of the best free-to-play games I have ever played. I can't gush enough about how amazing this game is. And I know a lot of people are going to tell you there's this, that, and the other problem with this. Is this game perfect? It is absolutely not perfect. It is far from it. I feel like they're on an optimization level. The game could definitely use some more improvements. But as far as a game that is being offered to you for free and there is no loss of income at all and no need to invest money in it unless you truly enjoy it, I feel like this is probably one of the best games on the market that has this to be offered to you. This is like getting Fallout 76 for free, but in my eyes is honestly kind of better than Fallout 76 in a lot of ways. Not to hate on that game, because it's come a long way since the launch. It's actually a fairly fun game. I jumped back into it, of course, when everybody else did, whenever the Fallout TV show came in, and I was having a blast, and it was that Fallout universe. But this is something very similar, but at the same time so different, and I am genuinely enthused to see what's coming from this game. So that being said, you guys take care, and I'll be posting another video when I have another 40 or so hours in the game to showcase what the in-game stuff looks like. That being said, you guys take care, and of course, I will see you all in my next video. Later.